Oh goody, Disney are at it again. What are they at? Only deleting and copyright striking Baby Yoda memes. What the fuck? I mean, seriously. You're taking down memes, for fuck's sake. And you wonder, well, you probably don't because you don't give a shit who I am. But people wonder why I say, fuck Disney. Disney are not getting a penny of my money if I can help it. Why? Well, this is just the latest in a series of events by them, shall we say, incidents. So let's take a look first at the fact that they allowed people like J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson and Chuck Wendig and Pablo Hidalgo and many others to attack the fans and call them names for not liking their movies. Abrams was the first one. We all blame Rian Johnson. But Abrams was the first one to come out and say, "You're misogynists, you're afraid of women. That's why you don't like The Force Awakens, that's why you don't like my movie." Then we got The Last Jedi, and Johnson coming out and attacking everybody, as did Pablo Hidalgo, as did Chuck Wendig, and many others within the Lucasfilm story group. And Disney and Kathleen Kennedy allowed them to do it. Now, we know Kennedy's a bad leader anyway. We've seen the proof of that over many, many months. And even more evidence of it coming out now. So it's no surprise that she'd allow her staff to do whatever the hell they want, because she doesn't know how to keep them under control. But for Disney to allow that, Disney being a family-friendly company, so much so that they're going to make a PG-13 Predator movie. Seriously. They're a family-friendly company, but they allow their creatives, their employees, to go on the attack like that. The only reason Chuck Wendig was fired from Marvel Comics was because he was just on rants all day, every day, ranting against Trump, ranting against the right, conservatives, and really making them look bad. But they allowed everyone else to do it. Not to that degree, but they allowed everybody else to attack and slander and libel the fans. Now, people like Pablo were saying, "Oh, this is my personal account. I don't represent Disney on this account." Yes, you do, motherfucker. You are a public figure working very publicly for a company. Anything you do reflects on them. So yes, Disney allowed its creatives, its employees, to attack the fans and call us names. That's one of the reasons I say fuck Disney. And then we hear of a whistleblower going to the SEC and saying, Disney have been inflating their profits for years. That they've been misrepresenting what they've been earning. That they've been fiddling things, they've been counting certain purchases twice to inflate those numbers. And you think, oh, it's just one person who's bitter about being fired. If it was one person bitter about being fired, what would be the point in going to the SEC and making these allegations? Because the SEC would look into it and say there's no evidence. Now, we've heard nothing more about these allegations since it was first reported back in, when was it? Some point earlier this year. Back in August. And we've heard nothing more about it. That means that the SEC haven't reported back yet, and we may not hear from the SEC directly, but there has been no conclusion from them as to whether or not Disney have been cooking their books. And believe me, Disney would be proudly stating whether or not, if the SEC said no, they haven't been, Disney would proudly be shouting that from the rooftops, as would their operatives, shall we say. We'll come to those later. Now, did they do what's been accused? Who knows? We don't know yet. But the fact that we don't know yet means that there's an investigation going on, somebody's looking into it, and there is some cause for them to not just say it's lies. There is something for them to investigate. That's a second part of why I say fuck Disney. A third part is the story of Ollie Jones, the 4-year-old who died last year from a rare genetic disorder. Back in July, Disney refused permission for Spider-Man to be on the child's gravestone. A 4-year-old boy who loved Spider-Man. They want to put Spider-Man on his gravestone. Ollie Jones is his name, Disney. Remember it. And you refused permission to put him on a gravestone. Now I get it. You own that property. It's up to you what is done with it. But you turned around and said, we don't want this character associated with death. Motherfuckers, have you even read Spider-Man? Seriously. He became a superhero because of the death of his Uncle Ben. He experienced the death of his girlfriend's father, of his girlfriend, of many other characters within his universe. He was buried alive, for God's sake, by Kraven the Hunter, who then killed himself. Dr. Octopus was dying took over Peter's body and then died himself. I didn't read the actual story, but I know the basic synopsis. Tried to prove that he was a better Spider-Man than Peter Parker, took over his body, trapped Peter in his own dying body, to prove he was the superior Spider-Man. Many deaths that Peter's had to endure that have made him Spider-Man, that have made him a hero. And motherfuckers, you dusted him in Infinity War. You did that. You killed him in Infinity War. But you don't want the character associated with death, so you're not going to allow it on a child's gravestone. A child, a 4-year-old, Ollie Jones, who loved Spider-Man. And you won't let that happen. Fuck Disney. And I said we were going to get on to Disney operatives. I'm pretty damn sure they've got a army of people who are not officially on their payroll, who are sent out to attack and discredit and insult and rile up all the people that are negative to them. They attack people in the fandom menace because we say your films are terrible. They try to discredit us, and yet we are proven right time and time again. Now, do I have any proof that Disney are employing people to do this? To attack fans, attack the fandom menace, discredit us, call us names? No, I have no proof. But it seems that every time a piece of news about Disney, about Lucasfilm, that proves us right, that proves what we've been saying all along, every time something like that comes up, an army of new accounts appear and do the same thing over and over, call us names, call us liars, say that we're wrong, that there's no proof of this, that there's nothing that we can say that will damage Disney or Lucasfilm in any way. And then they disappear. They disappear when we're proven right. And it happens time and time again. And every time some big event is coming up, like the release of Solo, the release of The Rise of Skywalker coming up, various other Disney projects like Dumbo, like Aladdin. On the run-up to those releases, new accounts appear, run in for the attack, run out and disappear. Is that proof? No. But it's a huge coincidence. Fuck Disney. And now, as I said at the beginning, they're deleting GIFs, claiming GIFs, having them taken down, of Baby Yoda from The Mandalorian. Memes, GIFs, anything to do with Baby Yoda that isn't a straight up review of The Mandalorian. They're taking them down. Why? Why are you doing this, Disney? You gained goodwill from a lot of people for producing a good series. A good Star Wars product. And not just in The Mandalorian, in Fallen Order, the new game. You were gaining a lot of goodwill. And you just pissed that away. By deleting GIFs, deleting memes. Over what? Copyright issues? What copyright issues? People are not claiming this is their work. They're not claiming that it's not Star Wars. They're not claiming they created the character in the first place. They're making memes. It's what people on the internet do. And even I was willing to say, okay, maybe Disney are starting to listen to the true fans. Not the ones that have only come into Star Wars in the last 4 years and have no idea about all the stories beforehand, have no idea of the original trilogy even, and don't understand why we say that's not how the Force works. That's not how characters develop. The true fans that have been there from the start and are saying, this doesn't make sense. And we thought you were finally listening to criticism. Granted, The Rise of Skywalker sounds like it's going to be an absolute disaster, a complete dumpster fire. You may have gotten more people to go see it if you had just left it at a good TV show and a good game. You didn't even have to say anything about, oh, we're getting really good feedback on this. You didn't even need to say that. You might have gotten more people to see The Rise of Skywalker, Episode 9, if you had kept your mouths shut. But no. You turned round and started pissing on the fans again. Over what? Over memes. Memes that people... You're not taking down any other Star Wars memes. You're not taking down prequel memes. You're not taking down OT memes. You're taking down Baby Yoda memes. You're a bunch of idiots, Disney. You really are. You have no idea what you're doing anymore, do you? Fuck Disney. Fuck you. You're not getting any of my money. Not for Star Wars. Not for Indiana Jones. Not for Alita. Not for any products, any franchises that you've acquired through your business acquisitions, through buying Fox, You're not getting any of my money for any of them. That means I won't be buying the Orville, which is sad because I enjoyed the first season. Haven't seen the second season because I don't have the streaming services necessary to watch it. I won't be buying it on DVD. I won't be buying Alita. I won't be buying Family Guy or American Dad or any other shows that I like and have been collecting on DVD, on Blu-ray from the start. You're not getting my money, Disney. If that means that I miss out on the shows that I love, so be it. You are a bunch of twats. Now I'm degenerating into name calling and I really shouldn't, but you are. For all the reasons I've laid out and many more. You don't deserve my money. I'm not calling for everyone else to boycott you. Do what you want with your money. If you want to pay to see Star Wars, if you want to pay for Star Wars products, if you want to pay for anything that Disney even tangentially gets money from, that's up to you. But I'm not giving them my money. And I ask you, for all the reasons in this video, and many more, I'm asking you, is this a company that you want to reward with your money, with your patronage, with your support, when all they've done is shit on you? Is that something you want to do? It's not something I'm going to do. Fuck Disney.